Welcome back to my mounting yard preview. My name is Bella Anderson. I'm Betfair's mounting yard analyst, and I am so excited to announce that we are finally getting ready to do our mounting yard tip sheet starting this Saturday at Sandown. I'm going to be on course for Betfair, and a couple minutes before the race, Betfair is going to be tweeting out, posting on their socials, so make sure you follow my mounting yard tip sheet. It's going to feature a back, a lay and key notes on runners in the market and a little race summary from myself from the key notes in the mounting yard, and hopefully a few winners and a few lays for the punters. So make sure to follow Betfair's social media and get in top of those. And basically this preview is just a look ahead to the racing at Sandown this weekend from the mounting yard. Just want to share my insights as well from my extensive database on important things to look for on the yard this Saturday at Sandown. Race 1 is for the 2-year-old fillies over the 1,000 metres, and most of the field are debutantes, horses having their first start, so their parades are going to be really crucial on the day and how they handle their first time at the races. But two horses I've seen. Here Comes the Star. I saw her on her debut and she was quite toey on this occasion. She was a little bit new to it all, but she also won on that occasion. So it'll be interesting to see how much improvement she's taken mentally from her first outing at the races. And Ostmar as well, saw her on her debut, and she was another one. She got really quite warm, she got quite worked up, and she was quite toey as well, but it certainly didn't impact her performance either. She ran second. So they're two fillies I'm really looking forward to seeing how much mental improvement they've taken from their debut. Race 2 is for the 3-year-old fillies over 1,000 metres, and there are a number of the girls in this race I've seen before. Cotel and Bubble Palace are both horses whose parades are going to be crucial. Cotel's first up, and Bubble Palace is returning after a gap of 4 weeks between runs as well, so they're two ones I'm going to make note of. Great Mama, she was the pick of the yard first up. She'd returned this campaign in terrific order. She had a really good base level of fitness, and I think that run's going to have top dropped perfectly to be a winning chance again here second up. And important to note as well, it's normal for both End Journey and Charmed Run to parade toey and get a little bit warm. They're both nervous fillies. Race 3 is a benchmark 78 for the mares over a mile, and good and proper, deep into a prep, and she's a mare that's always going to have a big round belly. She's naturally quite a heavy set type, and she's always going to have really good condition deep into a prep, so that's no indication of fitness here for her. She's hard, fit and ready. Riverport is a really fascinating mare. I've seen her at all 3 parades in Australia, and 2 of them, she was warm and toey and fresh, and this is best. And her most recent parade at Geelong, I didn't know what to make of it. She was quite dour, relaxed, she didn't get warm at all, and I thought she was performed below expectations on that. She's had 7 weeks between runs as well, so once again, I'm going to be looking to see Riverport getting a little bit fresh, being a bit toey, getting a little bit warm, because I think this is an indication for this particular mare that she's feeling well within herself and is in winning form. Belle Savoie and Frigid, I liked both their last starts parades as well. Race 4 is a benchmark 78 over the 1,300 metres, and the mounting yard on the day is going to be really crucial with this race, with the runners in the market, Jaconi, Skywolf, Tasman Park, they're all first up, so their base fitness levels are going to tell us a lot about who's going to be competitive in this race. Skywolf and Tasman Park in particular are 2 horses I've always really liked from the mounting yard. Skywolf is a sassy dude in the yard. He struts his way around and he really makes his presence felt. He's an appealing type as well. And to the contrary, Tasman Park is the absolute professional. He just drops his head and really cruises around the mounting yard. He conserves all of his energy for the race. So looking forward to seeing how those 2 runners, and Jaconi of course, have returned for this campaign. And Cardigan Queen, Sandy Prince and Do Ya Punk all looked fit and well last start. Race 6, the Belle Esprit Stakes over the 1,000 metres, and not only is this the feature event of the day, but it's also the highlight of my day. There's 2 horses that I'm particularly fond of from a mounting yard point of view, and that's of course Katsu and Invincible Caviar. 2 horses I've had a really big opinion of from the mounting yard. They're both outstanding looking horses and both very different types as well. Katsu's quite athletic, he's quite lean, he's very muscular, and like I said, he looks like a true athlete. And Invincible Caviar, well, she's a huge girl. She's a big, powerful mare with plenty of substance to her. She's just your ultimate sprinting type. She's just got stacks and stacks of muscle on top of strength. And they're also very different in the mounting yard as well. Katsu's a real true professional. He drops his head and cruises around the mounting yard with a lovely big loose stride on him, as compared to Invincible Caviar, who likes to push her weight around. She knows she's got a bit of something special about her and she can get a little bit toey. She doesn't get warm, but normal for her to be a little bit toey and feeling well within herself. But really excited to see these two horses return. Invincible Caviar's up, obviously first up, and Katsu's had a bit of a gap between runs, but definitely the highlight of the day from the mounting yard as well. Race 8 is a benchmark 84 over the 1600 metres, and a few important notes for runners in this field. British Columbia, he's a horse I've seen plenty of times, and if you're at the yard on Saturday, make sure to check this guy out. He's absolutely enormous. He's one of the biggest horses I've seen racing at the moment. He's got this huge, big, scopy frame. He's got so much strength and substance to him, but he's a lovely looking horse at the same time. He's really well balanced and well proportioned, but when you look at him, don't be deterred if you see this big round belly on him. He's got a really deep girth and he's always going to hold a bit of extra weight around that midsection just due to his sheer size. So typical for him to be looking a little bit round around the edges. Braden Starr, he got really warm and toey first up, but this did not impact his performance. He ran second on that occasion, so don't be worried if you see Braden Starr getting a little bit warm and toey on Saturday. And both Unusual Culture and Our Rodonte are horses I've seen plenty of times, and they've both been looking great their last few runs, and they're hard fit and ready for this. Well, that's a wrap on this week's mounting yard preview. Hopefully you took down a few notes on key things to look out for on the mounting yard this Saturday. Stay tuned as well. We've got next week's preview, and most importantly, we're kicking off our mounting yard tips this weekend, Saturday, Sandown. So make sure you're following Betfair's Twitter and social medias so you don't miss out on my mounting yard mail kicking off this Saturday at Sandown.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.